Hello, Tim Foster from Yummy Pubs. How are you?
Hello, Katy Moses from KAM Media. I'm fine, thank you very much. Have you pressed record? Is it definitely recording? Good.
It is definitely recorded, and now the whole world will know that I've already managed to screw one up. Thanks very much.
Tim,
Tim,
tell them. It's all about use of technology.
so I hear. Tim, for the benefit of people who don't know who you are, could you just introduce yourself to anyone that's listening and watching?
There'll be lots of people that don't know who I am. So I'm Tim Foster. I'm head of Being Awesome, self-made job title for the Yummy Pub Co. We have 4 pubs, used to be 6 up until a number of weeks ago, and I'm currently sitting in one of them.
Thank you very much. So, Tim, tell me what's the current state of your businesses, and how's the coronavirus affected them so far?
We're currently closed, as everybody else is, but we are also operational. So at the wire mill, we are doing a whole load of new things to combat the virus. We're in the hole for about £250,000 so far. We have put all of our teams on furlough as of this week. We've paid them as of yesterday. So that they've all been paid. We've retained every single one of them. 6 of them have gone home. So we've lost 6 purely because their families wanted them to go home. Other than that, we retained the entire team. And we're currently sitting here crying daily because we've been working towards getting this weather, the like-for-like sales, where we were posting on average 18% like-for-like sales growth versus last year across the whole group, to a massive decline of 75 to 80% declines whilst we were combating the horrificness of last week. So it's been a roller coaster of a ride, to say the least, in the last 14 days.
And what adaptations have you made as a business? Are you doing takeaway? You know, what? I mean, every time I've spoken to you, you've been incredibly busy. So what are you doing?
Every time we've come up with a new thing, about 12 hours later, the government come along and say, oh, you can't do that anymore. So we've done, started doing takeaways. We decided to focus on the wire mill. So close all of the other sites when we were told to last Friday. We were operating up until Boris told us we had to close, and we consulted with all of our guys, and I made it clear to them that we had to fight for their jobs, and we weren't just going to shut up shop because he asked us nicely to do so. So we traded, and we traded as hard as we could. We saw massive declines daily, and then we decided to make the call to say we would shut the London sites and come down to the wire mill. So I travelled down here on Saturday last week, or this week, can't remember, last week, and set up operations from here. So I've got my team with me, the guys that have volunteered to work. So we've locked ourselves into isolation. We did takeaway roast dinners on Mother's Day. We should have done probably 650 covers here on Mother's Day. We had 395 booked in, and we would have potentially doubled that on a normal Mother's Day. So our busiest day of the year has been for 12 years. So we did takeaways. We did 120 takeaway roasts, and then we've spent the last week taking meals to isolated and elderly people in our community that haven't been out and about. So I've had some lovely chats with basically my mum, about times 10. So my mum can talk to you for about 4 hours about peanuts. And I've met various other people that are capable of doing that too. And so we've started a gifting page to ask people to donate some money, and we will create meals to take to them. We have some incredibly wealthy people in this area, but we also have some very poor, deprived people. So we wanted to support them. And then a reincarnation was to keep our specials alive. We're doing ready meals, which we're calling Gastro to Go. So the boys are currently cooking out a whole range of new gastro meals that will be cold for collection. You can reheat at home. We sold 11 lamb shanks yesterday. That's some great feedback. And then we're doing a grocery store. So we have just about to launch in about an hour's time a online portal, which is also an app with 190 SKUs now. Is it? So from everything from fresh fruit and veg to beer to bottles of tomato ketchup, toilet rolls, you name it, we've got it. All the deliveries have come in the last 2 days. We did a trial run yesterday, which went really well, and some fantastic feedback. So yeah, we're in full on drive for that. And then we're going to start doing things like buy a box that we've already put together for you, which is a recipe from a cookery book. We've got absolutely stack loads of them all around. So we're picking recipes. You can just buy the box and then cook with the recipe. And the guys are going to do live streaming on Facebook, so you can cook with them. And yeah, just keep on doing a whole load of new stuff, really.
Brilliant.
And keep on evolving, keep on adapting.
Brilliant. Wow, incredibly impressive. I always finish with this question, and I don't think anyone really has a full answer, but what does the future look like for you guys? I mean, what will the new normal look like?
I think it's going to allow us to innovate. We're great. We call them magpie projects. So we're amazing at doing, oh, that's a new thing over there. Quick, let's go and do it. And that's great. Let's go and do that. And we've wanted to do delivery. Everybody's banged on about delivery and Deliveroo and how much margin you can make and can you make the kitchens work or not. We've always looked at it and gone, do you know what? We've got absolutely stack loads of stuff to do. We can't look at that. So on Monday, the Vic will launch delivery with Deliveroo. We partnered with them 9 days ago before it went absolutely mental. They were all in prepping and getting everything ready yesterday. We created a brand called Messy Hog about 10 years ago that we took to festivals, which was just a burger concept. We brought it back, given it a bit of a dust down, and Messy Hog will go live in the Vic on Monday. Matt, who used to work with us 10 years ago, has come back to the fold with Yummy. And Matt was a pretty high up GM with a company in London who didn't necessarily stand by their people over this period of time. So he's decided that he doesn't want to work with them anymore. He's going to run the company under a Yummy startup. So he's going to be my second Yummy startup after we invested in a coffee company a couple of years ago. And aspiration is for Matt to learn how to run his own company, start his own company from what's happened, use our kitchens as a dark kitchen, and build his own business and then develop his own business from there. So he's going to be my second Yummy startup. And then I wanted to do groceries from the mill for about 5 years. Jason's always pushed back as a grumpy chef that he is, saying that we couldn't have the capacity, we couldn't do it, it was too much work. So now we're doing it, and Jason isn't here, he's not allowed here, so we're going to do all of it, and then when Jason comes back it's already going to be in place and he can't say anything anyway, is the plan. So I think we can do the groceries. People can come here on a Sunday, have their Sunday roast, have the boot of their car empty. We deliver all of their groceries into their boot. They don't have to go grocery shopping. We've matched our prices to Tesco's, Sainsbury's and Waitrose over the last 2 days. And amazingly, we're there and thereabouts. You know, there are some things that we've got much better margin on, especially within the fruit and veg, that we can give to our customers. The orders that we did yesterday, they can't believe the prices that we can give them. And at the moment, we're asking for a £5 donation on the collection to Only Pavement Away charity. So same as Tesco's asking you to pay £5 if you're going to go to store to pick up, we're asking the same, but we're donating it to the charity. And I think it's something that we can carry on with when we go in. And then obviously the delivery, if that works for us in London, then great. We were already looking at options for that. So this just gives us a bit of time. And we've got probably, I think realistically 12 weeks, maybe 16, that we can just get our heads down, drive really hard with all of the stuff that we've been saying we were going to do, you know, rip up the rule book in terms of what marketing looks like, completely transform our offer and do everything that for the last sort of 4 or 5 years we've been saying we just don't have the time. Well, now we will have the time. So it's to put a good use. And our guys are, you know, I don't know how long they're going to be able to stay playing whatever they're currently playing on computer games and watching Netflix and everything, because they're all beginning to ask what they can do. So we're going to have to look at legislation. But for us, the Yummy Academy and online training, all of my guys are going to be level 7. There will be no excuses coming back to be level 7. My GMs are doing live broadcast training, so they're doing the soft skills as well as the hard skill learning. We're doing cocktail videos so that everybody can learn how to make the cocktails and not be afraid of them. So if I don't have the best skilled workforce that hospitality has ever seen come back to my business in 12 weeks. I don't know what it looks like. So we have a massive opportunity to be incredibly professional now, and having the guys learning things that they never thought or had the time to learn because business got in the way. Now we can train up an awesome team, and the government can stick their low-skilled population nice and firmly where it belongs, because the low-skilled workers are currently the people coming in and delivering for this country. So I think Patel and crew can get stuffed, and we can tell them just how good we are.
Tim Foster, the busiest man in the pub industry, thank you very much for your time, and I will hope to have a drink with you in the wine mill when all of this is over.
Absolutely, we can do social distancing. I've got gin for you. Just jump in the car. You can sit down over there. We can sell it to you as takeout. We're sitting here, and you can sit down over there. You can take yourself back to the good old days when you used to neck bottles of spirits in car parks.
I resent that comment, actually. I don't think I ever did that.
Never.
Tim, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Have a lovely day.